All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Gilligan's Island 2020, presented by Basket Bashers and put on by Sandridge Disc Golf Club. I'm Dave Brunston, co-tournament director, and sitting next to me,
I'm Kyle Westling.
Anyways, like we said, Basket Bashers and Sandridge Disc Golf Club. We're in beautiful Niles, Michigan at Madeline Bertrand Park. We'd like to extend a big thanks to our Patreon supporters and Grand Rapids Disc Golf United. And first up, we got Andrew Sanders from Three Rivers, Michigan. And this guy's looking snappy there. And Dan Roelofs. I love the hat, man, the Gilligan's thing going on there. And I especially love the sweatshirt, Calvin University. And I'll tell you why here in a minute.
All right, and then we got Colby over here showing off the locks there.
Who's this guy?
And I was happy enough to be on feature card today. I was super excited.
Yeah, you look like you're real excited there. Okay, so hole one, this is one of the island holes. Now, we have island holes, and I say islands, that they're not true OB islands. What these are, if you land outside of the island, it's a hazard. So these are really hazard islands, and this is one of them. You can see the pink lines there, and this was kind of challenging because you hit one of the first guardian trees there, it's going to kick you off into the woods. It makes it kind of hard. And believe it or not, there weren't a lot of birdies in this hole. What are you throwing there, Kyle?
You're going to see me go to this a lot. That is my proxy. I throw a lot of proxies. I throw a lot of, I think mostly my whole bag was MVP Axiom Streamline for this one, except for one or two discs.
All right, Colby there, throwing up a little flick, and gets a nice kick underneath the basket there. One of the few, and believe it or not, in this round, only 6 birdies in this hole. Yeah, nice little Annie shot. And I love his sweatshirt because, well, what can I say? I graduated from Calvin in '94. All right, this is Andrew Sanders. This is usually the line I like to take with the Challenger.
That was a great floaty shot. Didn't get him too far. That was a good one.
Yeah, and this is one of the hazards of the way we had this marked out, is if you don't get that distance right, you're going to go long. And that is a tough break there for you, Kyle.
Yep. See here.
Oh, nice birdie there.
This is what the islands are pretty much designed to do here, is the scoring separation being such as, short holes, not very many super long. That's what it's designed to do. You see me right there at, the bogey on 180 foot, and then all the others are birdies. So that hazard is the scoring separation.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Hole 2 here. This one's kind of a funky shape here. You go out, I'd say maybe about 130, 150 feet. Then it turns right, and then again goes back to the left a little bit with trees on the corners that like to grab anything trying to skirt the corner.
Now, this hole actually scored as an average really close to par with a 2.94. So there weren't a lot of birdies here. This round, there were only 3 birdies. That's what's tough about this hole. This is not really a natural line for disc golf flights. That's it's what makes it so challenging. Just kind of got that funky left to right.
See right there, that's actually a great landing spot. You've seen Colby's first shot. That's the mistake a lot of people make that I see a lot there, is going too far straight, and then you're really in trouble when you're back there. And it looks like Andrew here is doing about the same thing, and yep, he went a little too far straight, and he's going to have a lot in his way. And again, you're going to see my Basket Bashers logo of the Plasma Proxy, and I went a little too close.
But still, you're kind of in an easy spot here to save par. Let's see what you got here. Oh, goes in the tower.
I gave it my run, and that's another proxy that I love to throw.
Okay, coming out from the woods here. This Andrew?
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
this
Andy.
is Andrew.
Yep.
Okay. This is Colby coming out from the woods. Yeah, that's...
About to say that you can't see anything from back there. He
No.
was lucky to be able to get it out.
I am very familiar with those bushes. I've been behind them many, many times. And here's Dan. See if we can get a 2 out of this, and he does. Very nice putt. The second birdie in the row for him in this round so far. All right, Kyle. Knocking down the easy par. Same thing with Colby and Andrew. Okay, so hole 3 coming up here is a nice left to right hole. This is a hole if you've got a flick with like a zone or a harp or something like that. It's a great hole for that. This is actually played as the easiest hole of the day with an average of 2.35, and as you can see why, it's a nice big landing area there. It is, however, kind of easy to go long when you flick. Some people are like Dan here, looks like he's going to go with an Anheuser here. That's also a good play. This is only 202 feet, and we had lots of birdies in this one today.
See, I like that shot right there. Anheuser is a great shot, but if you don't go that wide Anheuser, you're going to catch those corner trees and they grab. Mm-hmm. So that's the shot right there. Is going out wide and coming in is the better play for this hole.
Ooh, there we go. See, now that's usually what happens to me when I try to flick. Again, those are some more bushes that I'm intimately familiar with in this course. Wound up back there many times. Let's see what Andrew has here.
Another Anheuser.
Yeah.
Ooh, right over it. That was
interesting.
Yeah.
Usually you don't see Anheisers wind up way over there. Oh, look at that. We got flick, Annie, or the other way around.
And that was my neutron entropy. Just forehand, kind of like it compares to a harp or a zone for the MVP line.
Very nice shot.
Oh, that was
a sweet, sweet putt. One of 11 birdies in this hole today. Looks like he's throwing a Luna there. Another birdie. And Kyle, I'm sure you're going to get a birdie here, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm starting to right the ship.
Yeah, there you go. Not
Takes
bad,
a couple
man.
holes, but once you get that one, maybe build some confidence. It's there.
Sure.
Even though I missed on hole 2, it was that confidence builder of being so far and getting so close that helped. Hole 4, I have to say this is probably my favorite hole on the course. Just straight, it's about 345 feet. It looks like it travels right to left, and honestly, from the tee, it's almost a straight shot. Maybe a little flex, maybe just a little fade, if any, just more drifting to the left than anything.
Yeah, Dan has got the tee box here. Let's see what he's got. This is a play I see a lot. Throw it out there with something overstable. And it comes out a little too far on the left side, but he's going to be all right to putt from there.
Oh, here's the miss that you see a lot is overturning, trying to get that flat shot, and Colby ends up on the right.
Yeah, and that's a tough spot to have an upshot from. Now, this hole played as the second hardest hole in this round.
That was a fantastic shot.
It was. There were no birdies in this round on this hole in advanced, which I find a little surprising. Oh, nice flat release. Gets a little overturned there off in the bushes. Again, it's kind of a tough area to have a decent upshot. And that's what Andrew is facing here. Or Colby, I mean. And he's left himself a lot of work to do. This All right, let's see what Dan here has. I don't know if he's got a view there or not.
I know there's a couple holes from over there, and looks like he just parked it, which easy threes for me there and Dan. And just low. But that was for his 2 bid, so.
Yeah. Like we said, there weren't any birdies on this hole in this round.
But
again, I find that a little surprising.
Yes, it did. Like you said, it's the second most difficult hole of the day, but it is difficult, but it is birdieable with the right tee shot.
That's absolutely right. I've seen it before. Well, it was a tough putt there, Kyle. All right, off to 5 we go, and this is a left to right hole. Again, kind of like number 2. This is a hard line to hit. This is not. It doesn't lend itself to natural disc golf flight. There's a lot of guardian trees here on the right-hand side. However, it can be parked. I've seen it before. You just got to hit it just right with either an anhyzer or a flick if you're a righty. Lefties are probably going to like this hole. All right, Dan is obviously going the anhyzer route.
I feel like we're going to see a lot more anhyzers than anything here just because of how fast those trees on the left come in, come back right. So the forehand gets a little in danger faster.
Yes.
Oh,
you're kind of trying to take the local route.
Ooh, great drop. Ooh, bad roll.
Wow.
I want to say he's still only 10 feet away, though, so.
Yeah, next time I play here, I'm going to try the Annie route right through those trees, just like he did. And I'll probably hit something. Unlike him. Wow, nice.
See, all 4 of us went Anheuser here. Again, this is my Electron Proxy that I really like to throw.
With 7 birdies in this hole. Average 2.59 for this round. Nice birdie there.
And we haven't really mentioned it. There's only a couple holes, or most of the holes here have that really, really hard-packed sand ground. So you will see even my grippy plastic there, you've seen it scoot and slide because it's a very, very fast green. And that's how most of these holes are.
Yeah, you got to remember, Madeline Bertrand has been around forever. It's been around since, I believe, 1985 or sometime in the 80s. This was a course that I know was designed by Steady Ed Hendrick himself. Not sure if he installed it or not.
All right, hole 6 here, 300 feet, just over 300 feet here, and it is pretty much straight. And then once you get over to the drop off here, it goes straight left and then downstairs. So this is where height control is the most of importance. Do you want to go a couple options? Do you want to go low skip shot or high hyzer spike to where you don't go even farther?
Yeah, and this is a great spot for if you have that slightly overstable disc. You get that nice straight flight for a long time. Just like Dan's is doing here. Oh, but he hits a tree. But had he been just another foot or 2 over to the left, he probably might have skipped down those steps there and put him in a good spot for a birdie. And Colby here. Looks like that's exactly what he's trying to do, but just got it off to the right just a little too far. And there were only 6 birdies in this hole for this round.
Same thing. Oh, here's that high shot where I'm saying it can hyzer in and hit the ground and try to stick.
Oh! Almost hit the crew in front of him.
Here's me. I'm going with a neutron relay.
And that's a fantastic shot. I mean, you landed next to the tree, but that's going to give you a great opportunity at a birdie here.
See, that was the play that I was talking about. Is that I not as super stable, but I did throw it low enough to where it did hit the ground on the angle and give me that extra skip over to the left.
That's right. All right. Well, that works.
Putting
Yes.
downhill is and it drops off even more, so that is a difficult putt.
Yes, it is.
And Andrew's on the other side here, having to go uphill. Just off to the left.
Oh,
Oh,
just a little on the left side.
these are old baskets, Mach 3s, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think any basket was going to catch that one, though. He missed that off to the left pretty far. All right, Dan. There you go. Gets it in for par.
And that was another confidence booster for me, hitting that line.
I'm sure it was.
Catching up on the card, which made me feel a lot better.
Yep. All right, so number 7. This is a pretty straight uphill shot. Not very far uphill, but this is one of our islands. It's the first island we've had since hole 1. And this is a pretty tough little island to hit. You should be able to. Most people should be able to park this every time. It's only 180 feet. But I think this is one of those islands that's kind of tight, but it kind of gets into your head. Let's see what you do here, Kyle.
You'll see this. I have nightmares about this one right here.
Oh, that's tough.
Ace run off the top and out of bounds for that extra stroke.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. All right, Dan, let's see what you have here. And he gets it off to the left, and he is out in the hazard. There were only, let's see here, there were only 4 birdies on this hole. And this hole averaged 3.18. For only being a 198-foot hole, that's pretty amazing. We averaged over par.
That's that hazard coming into work. That's what that is. We wanted to make this hole, some of these easy holes actually difficult, and that's what we ended up doing.
And another, wow.
4 for 4, all hazard.
Wow. Well, this is something we need to remember for next year. Maybe we shouldn't mark this one so tight next time. I don't know. This was a pretty tough little island to hit. I remember trying to hit this. I think I got it both rounds, but yeah. But even with the tight island here, the really small island, you still have a really good shot at getting par if you're outside in the hazards. Just like these guys are doing, just like Colby and Andrew just did. Just like Kyle did. See, he's still getting par.
Yeah, I think that would have killed me if I would have taken a bogey on that after hitting the top of the basket.
Well, we don't have a lot of scoring separation so far here.
All right, hole 8. This is a very short hole. Probably one of the easiest ones on the course while we're looking for it here. Only 152 feet. It averaged only 2.53, so it is one of the easiest ones here.
And I would say this is the easiest of the island holes that we have. This as you see the flags there, this was another one.
I just went overstable, not really a glidey putter, just to get it up there by the basket.
That's perfect. Yeah, something like a Challenger, an AVR, something like that is just exactly the right kind of disc. Throw just like that every time, and you'll be doing this all day long. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen somebody flick this hole, and that's probably why.
That's a very tough angle to get it down, especially with that hazard on this one. I was kind of wondering why he did that on the card.
If I were going to flick, I think I'd want something a little bit more overstable than that on this hole. Well, let's see if he can make up for it. And he does, and gets a par. All right, leaves Dan there with that awesome sweatshirt.
Tap in for him about what, 10 feet maybe? Maybe a little bigger than that.
Sure, I'll go with that. All right, so off the hole 9 we go. And this is a pretty wooded hole. It looks hard, but it's not. This is not a difficult line to hit with like an overstable putter or an overstable mid. I'm usually using something like a Quake to get up there, or even a Buzz would work if you put it on a hyzer. There are a couple of guardian trees there on the left-hand side. You just get it straight down there, let her fade off to the left, you'll be all right. And did you hit a tree? Is that what I see there?
Yep, I hit that tree pretty much dead center of the fairway. Distance-wise, left, right-wise, is pretty much dead center, and I just put it right there. I didn't put it out wide enough.
Yeah.
Andrew put it a little too wide, but he's far enough to where he's looking right at the basket.
Got a lot of work to do to get that birdie. Let's see what Dan does here.
There you go.
That's how you do it. Not a gimme putt, I don't think, but he's got a shot at it.
There you go. There's the shot.
That's the shot you want. Nice shot there, Kobe. You'll be 2 on that for sure. And boy, you got a lot of work to do here.
Yep, I was just trying to get it up here by just laying it up.
Yeah, that's a good call.
There was a hard line to hit with all Anheuser there, so.
Oh, nice birdie. Got to be just inside the circle, I would think. Another nice birdie. And everybody birdieing except for Kyle.
Except for me, but I was A-okay with that. You hit first available, but still take the par.
Yeah, that's
pretty acceptable.
Oh, yeah. All right, so off to hole 10 we go.
Hole 10 here, 193 feet, pretty straight off the tee. Maybe a little bit left, but depending on the line you're throwing there, if you're throwing straight, throwing a little hyzer. It does go uphill. It has a couple steps and guardian logs around, and we kind of made the island around, to shape that.
This played as the easiest of the island holes. With a 2.41 average here, and you'll see why. This is just a really natural hyzer. I mean, this is the kind of thing you can do with a putter, a slightly overstable putter, or I like to throw a Buzz here. Seems to be about the right line. And just like, whoa, no.
A little too straight there for Dan.
I think so. It's a little too far off to the left. But he's still got a shot at the basket there. It's not a gimme putt, but he can probably do it. What are you throwing here, Kyle?
This, again, is that Plasma Proxy. I was throwing the first couple holes as well.
Nice and straight.
Yep, something that doesn't hyzer in or fade very much and just kind of holds that line.
That's a beautiful shot, by the way. All right, Kobe's putt here. Oh! Brutal.
Yeah, that was every part of the basket.
All right, Dan, put it in there. There you go.
Save par from not being in the island.
Just barely over the cage there. And Andrew with the birdie save there. It's a birdie for you too, Kyle. Nicely played, sir. All right, now we're moving on to hole 11. This was the third easiest hole the day. This is a kind of one of these holes where you can either take it off to the right and try to find a gap through these trees where the drone is going, or if you're a righty, you can flick and try to go way around to the left. That also works. I've managed to park a few times doing it that way. But I think the more successful route is off to the right and try to find a gap through the trees.
And over the hill. That's the thing. It's a blind shot when you're trying for that one.
That's correct. That is exactly what Andrew's trying to do here. And he gets that a little long, but you know what? That's going to be a birdie putt there.
Great look, actually.
It is fantastic.
And here's one of the very few discs that are not MVP in my bag. I threw a Granite Quake from DGA. Just a little too much angle on that one.
Yep. A little less angle, and you would have just floated right over the edge of that hill there. Looks like Dan is going for the same strategy we just talked about. And he not exactly parked, not exactly a gimme putt, but he's got a really good look at it. Colby is going with the flick route that we were talking about, but he's going through the trees though. Interesting. Okay, well you can see there this hole is the fourth easiest hole of the day and it scored an average of 2.41. Oh, that's a tough break there for you, Kyle.
That was... Straddle is not one of my best games there, and forcing me to do that from up there downhill with the ante was pretty difficult.
That's a tough shot. Absolutely. Completely agree. Colby had a nice putt for birdie, and so did Andrew. And here we go with Dan. All right, Dan has put himself at 6 down. Kyle, you stay at -4. Andrew is just starting to pull away here just a little bit.
There you go, hole 12. I love this hole. It is, you have a valley to go down here, and then go back uphill, 165 feet. You have a straight shot, but it is so... it is just so tight of a gap that it is, you know, do you want to go for that straight ace run or do you want to go off to the left and come back right? There is a gap off to the left. See Andrew trying to throw his Luna there, and the entire top is pretty much the OB spot, or the island. There you go. So you see them getting knocked down to the bottom levels there, and they are not getting, or they are getting stroked hazard for that.
Yep. These are some tough gaps to hit here, and we made this a hazard island here, which makes it even harder. Kyle, man, you get a great run there, and
and I just hung on.
I think you did. Look at that. Just barely. Nice shot, man. Andrew putting from the woods here. And lift himself a little short. That was a tough lie there. Anytime you're down below these little retaining walls, that is not an easy lie, not an easy look. Don't see a whole lot of people going real long. Oh, man,
that was
nice
a great
putt.
save. He was all the way to the right. He even gets a crew view there. Great jump putt. Just enough elevation, but straight in. That was a great putt.
All right, Kyle. Here you go for 2. Very nice. Birdie.
And I was ace running that one, and I was happy to hold on there.
Yep. All right. That puts Andrew and Dan together. Oh, no, it doesn't. They're still a stroke apart. And Kyle, you're within 1 of the lead on the card here. All right, here we go. That's the end. That's 12 holes there. we've got 9 to go. Kyle, you're sitting pretty good there at -5, man. That's not a bad score at all for those first 12 holes.
I started off a little rough, but then caught up and, was playing my game.
All right, folks, off we go. And we'll see you on the back 9 here in just a few.